Okay, YouTube, welcome back. Likes, comments, subs, all stuff, help the channel grow. It's completely free. We're still not done with side quests. We have one more to do. I'm hoping it's monster extermination.
Now, what's it say?
Please. Every year, all the restaurants and it's a cook-off. Well, okay, so much for that. Hold a competition to judge who can prepare the best dish. However, with things as they are lately, we need a bit of a helping hand in getting everything set up. Willing to pitch in, please meet me in my restaurant. I'll give you the details here. My hopes and dreams are dead. Why couldn't it just be monster extermination request?
Has its charms too. Welcome to Life
So much
Fun.
reading, so little time. We'll persevere. We'll push through. I take it you're the one that put out the 4 SPG? Saying about trouble with a cooking competition, was it? Yes, you must be the Spriggan. I've heard so much about you. What a relief it is to hear you got my request. See, you brought the Prodigy along as well. It's nice to meet you. Prodigy? Okay. I just happen to work part-time for the guy. Anyway, I've heard a good bit about you. Word around town was that a really skilled lady took over this place 2 years ago. Even managed to brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool. It was because my big sister's a Teji Chushi? Okay, I hear that's the highest rank a chef of Eastern cuisine can reach. I don't know how they expect me to pronounce these words. 10, you always make such a big fuss over nothing. You know how I feel about those big titles. You know, I actually think we've been here before. I remember there was a old man running the place back then. Told me his oldest daughter was in training over at the restaurant in Kowloon Hotel. Guessing you're the daughter he was talking about? Your old man must be pretty proud. Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Do you mind if we go to the if we got back to the matter of my request though? There we go. But I'll admit, this cooking competition doesn't sound like the kind of thing you need a Spriggan for. Great Langport cook-off, right? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. Was actually planning on going to this year's competition too. With all the trouble around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our minds off things. There's another side to it, though. The elders who support each restaurant use it as a competition to maintain their standing. Oh goody. As it stands now, the head chef at Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So is the new food truck in town. Restaurant. That's the place we were at when we fought the remnants of the Lai family. Surprised to hear that they're participating. Sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all. You see, the unusual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked us to hold it here instead. I was supposed to be at the Kowloon Hotel. However, with all the issues that have cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of participating. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition myself, I'm just about my wit's end. I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do? We do all the quests, why stop now? Alright, we'll take your case. Considering the whole deal with Huey, we're probably the best people for the job anyway. You're a lifesaver. Now I really have to put my all into this year's competition. Yeah, could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? That's a good question. Of course. Well, firstly, with the Loot family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough imported ingredients. From what I've heard, Fandan and Turison have been hit the worst. But the restaurant and that food truck in Newtown have apparently been just fine. Actually, Mangexico's food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you. Thanks for looking into it for me. So, as for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if at all possible, there is one thing that's hoping you might find for me. What would that be? Unusual type of Laotian by the name of... I cannot pronounce that! How the heck do you pronounce that? Tian Fin Quang? I cannot pronounce that. I butchered that. I am sorry. Person who ran the brewery passed away a while ago, and they closed down not long after. It's become quite a collector's item. I'm not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I just know it would be perfect for the dish I'm planning to make. Got it. We'll see if we can manage it. Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fees, so please feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. Even if you can't find it, I can still make do, so try not to worry too much. Okay, you kind of make it sound like there were more issues than not having enough ingredients, though. Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning, I found some of the cooking wine in our pantries smashed to pieces. Wouldn't be surprised if Tan's head chef was behind it all. Guess we better go see what the other participants have to say. Still, that'll give us some insight into who done it. It should also help us figure out the supply issues. I'd really appreciate it. Please let me know if you find anything.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Well, another case of going wherever the green arrows indicate.
Let's see here. What did I need to pick up next?
Oh. Hey, isn't that lady, is she a friend of yours? But I've heard about her. I think she's a hostess over at the restaurant. I get where you're going with this. Their head chef is supposed to be taking part in the cook-off. Let's go see if she knows something. Oh well, if it isn't the Prodigy, and I take it you're the Spriggan? Should have figured a hostess for the Live family restaurant would be in the know. What does the little boy from Blue want with me? Why do you... Okay, not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. We've got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Yeah, I promise we're not looking for a fight with the Lie. We were just curious about the head chef at the restaurant you work for. Here we got an invitation to the cook-off. So that's what this is about. Yeah, he's been pretty excited about it. The restaurant may be closed for the moment, but he's blocked off an entire section of the kitchen to prepare for the event. Wow, he must be really fired up for it. Yeah, he takes a pride in being a chef of one of the finest establishments. He was feeling a bit let down by the closure, but this cook-off sure has lit a spark under him. Well, while we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's running any issues while preparing for the competition? I don't recall hearing much of anything from him, really, no. The only thing I can say is that he's been feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's happened with the Life family. I see, that makes sense. We're just doing what we can to support the cook-off, so please tell him to give us a holler if he needs anything. Got it, I'll let him know. Thanks for the offer. Alright, well, we gotta go around and talk to everyone. That's exciting. Totally sincere, by the way. Absolutely. Me sarcastic? Never. Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. Come and taste the next generation of Eastern cuisine. I've prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you'd like. No matter how many I eat, I never get tired of that flavor. I could have the stuff for every meal. Right? It's almost like I find something new to enjoy with every bite. It's like a book or something to these people, I guess. It's licking my lips at the thought of a new dish, but I never thought it'd be this delicious. Just can't stop eating this. Stuff might even be better than plateal duck? Oh. I don't like that. Looks like business is booming. This must be the new food truck they mentioned. Just looking at it's making me hungry. Now that we're here, since we're here and all, do you think maybe we could grab some too? I'll be honest, I've been wanting to try it myself. Sure, I don't see why not. Sounds like they're not hurting for ingredients, though. Maybe they'll have some info for us. What can I get for you today? We take great pride in everything we serve. I'm not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine, actually. Got any recommendations? Say our most popular dish right now is our Millennium Duck. We use traditional Playa duck as an inspiration for our recipe. But preparing duck takes a lot of work and it can get pretty expensive, right? So after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, and without having to break the bank. No, I've had real Palladio duck at the hotel restaurant before. This sounds like it could be pretty great if it actually holds up. The name makes it sound so expensive. It's nice that we get to try something like that on the cheap. At first, I thought it was a form of Eastern crepe, but it seems to be stuffed obing that's been folded like a taco. I mean, tacos are good. Tacos are the goat, so... Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see why it would be so popular. Guess that's part of what makes it taste so good. Okay, we'll take one each then. Thank you for your business. Enjoy. Anyway, I heard that you're going to be taking part in the cook-off that's coming up. Friend asked us to help out with it a bit. Think you could use our assistance? That's awfully kind of you, but I can't really think of anything at the moment. So, and I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got other customers waiting. Would you mind stepping to the side? Oh sure, sorry about that. We'll get out of your hair for now. This stuff really is good. The meat's so tender too. I'm surprised his prices are so low. Even the skin's all nice and crispy. Really gives off that authentic texture. Yeah, the spices he used give it a very distinct flavor. It certainly leaves you wanting more. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? It's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs he used just didn't agree with my stomach, that's all. That's odd.
You there! How's some delicious pasta sounds?
Oh. I gotta go up here.
Welcome.
Hi.
This is positively delectable.
What brings you to our humble establishment today? Well, he's very nice. I appreciate your attitude, sir. Heard you were planning to participate in the cook-off. She asked us if we wouldn't mind helping you out. See, always so selfless, that one. A little surprised that you guys are gonna be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Huey have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point. We didn't want to let Mexin down after she's put so much effort into putting on the event. Huh, so she really has a way with people, huh? I mean, she does seem to be that kind of person. Yeah, that makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. Anyway, she mentioned that you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. Yeah, I suppose that about sums up the situation. Trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eve. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before. Oh, right, my apologies. Oh, Eye. It's Jade Dragon's Eye. Okay, it's a top brand of Logan fruit. Extremely high quality. It's also exactly what we need to have a fighting chance at competition. Huh, I know Logan fruit. It's stuff they always put in Eastern medicine. All you need is some high quality Logan, then easy. It's used in medicine, then maybe there's a stock of them reserved for medical use somewhere? Perhaps they might even have some of a higher quality that they'd be willing to share. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll go check with somebody who might have some medical supplies stashed away. By the way, have you had any other issues lately? Somebody doing anything to mess with your food or something? Now you mention it, I have, yeah. Although it was rather minor, all things said and done. This morning I found that some of our plumbing out back was damaged. There was water everywhere. We had someone come out and fix it right away, so it wasn't a complete disaster, thankfully. But we just had new plumbing put in last year. It feels like someone did it intentionally. Yeah, that does sound pretty fishy. Might just be coincidence, but it's still worth the suspicion, I think. We can look into that more on our side, though. For now, just focus on keeping your customers fed. Thank you for all your help. I'll go ahead and get back to work then. Be seeing you. Okay, where are we off to next? First ward.
Let's do this.
Are we? Oh, we're probably going back to the clinic, aren't we? Oh, no, we are not. Hi. Well, if it isn't Van and Company, how can I help you? Tells me you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wanted us to come check on you. That girl is such a sweetheart, always looking out for others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from her. Of course, I'll be sure to do just that. Anyway, she said you guys were running a little low on some ingredients. Yeah, I was hoping to go with something a bit more expensive for my competing dish. I wanted to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders seem to be out right now. Real crab meat is used quite often in Eastern cuisine, isn't it? Yeah, here it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in very few select locations. In the West, it's also known as carmine crab. That's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. That's kind of rude. But I guess what you're saying is that due to the family's trading being frozen, they're in low supply right now? Exactly. There are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought out their whole stock. Well, their whole stock? Maybe that's what they meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help them out if we just find another way to get some crap. We'll look into the supply shortage on our end. If anything else comes up, please let us know. Just try and focus on your cooking for the time being. Thank you for your help. It really means a lot to us. Alright, seems like you got a handle on how all the participants are doing now. Of all the restaurants, 3 of them seem to be dealing with interference from somebody. But we still can't say for sure that it's a rival business that did it. Guthria, yeah, them and Herson seem to be the only 2 that were lacking ingredients. Though, they did ask us to obtain a bottle of Laojian as well. Old man Wuhan seemed to want some real crab. Pretty sure I've seen crabs like that over in the Second Ward's waterways. They were fat, juicy looking ones too. They ought to be good enough. Think I last spotted them over by the cigar shop. In that case, let's over and see if we can catch one real quick. Oh no, I know they're supposed to be rare, but we should be able to find a few with shard search. For those jade dragon's eyes, we'll probably have to rely on someone with some medical supplies. Might I suggest the clinic or the nearby temple? They both are known to mix herbal remedies. One or the other should suffice, I would think. Okay, so that just leaves the Loju. Yeah. I'm not positive, but I know a guy who might be able to get his hands on some. Anyway, let's get out there and see what we can. Find what we can and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Alright. Sounds like we might have to fish, and that would be very unfortunate.
Heavenly Mother, please watch over us.
So hopefully that doesn't come to pass. Oh, hello, Aaron. I believe I've seen the rest of you around before as well. Something the matter? Well, see, we know a guy that's looking for a type of fruit called Jade Dragon's Eye. We know they can be pretty rare, but we were hoping you might be willing to share a few with us, if you have any, that is. Why, yes, we actually do have a few of those. They're quite useful for the church's medicinal mixtures, so we make sure to procure some periodically. Though I hear the supply chain disruptions have been making it difficult to get a hold of them. Yeah, that's why we ended up coming to you for help. Apparently, yeah, him and Newtown won't be able to make their dish for the big cook-off without them. I had no idea. Well, in that case, let me provide you with as many as you need. Well, that was simple. These are Jade Dragon Eyes. They're a lot bigger and smoother than your typical long-life fruit. You sure you're okay giving us this many, though? Considering recent events, I would like to do my part to ease everyone's spirits as much as possible. We're extremely grateful for your assistance. I'm curious, though. You all have been recruited to help with the contest. Yeah, that's right. Is there anything else you think we should know about? Well, it's just that there's a young man named Marshall. This will be his first time competing in the cook-off. However, I'm a bit concerned by the throngs of people that suddenly seem so wound up over his food. Why is that? I mean, when something's that popular, you're bound to have some people who go complete nuts over it. Indeed. In fact, a very passionate fan recommended that I try the dish as well, so I went to go and sample some. When I arrived, I was informed that they had only just sold out. I still have yet to try one. Dang, that's some unfortunate timing. Well, I'm surprised they'd run out so suddenly. Made it sound like he had plenty when we were there. In any case, we've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do everything in our power to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible, so try to relax and enjoy yourself. I will, and please let me know if you need help with anything else in the meantime.
Heavenly Mother.
Will do.
Please watch over us.
Okay, so there's something else. There's another one in the first word.
Thanks to Aaron.
Where's your next? And you'll never guess what happened.
Hi.
What'll it be? Thank you. What'll it be?
What is it saying is new?
Thank you. What'll it be? Thank you.
Hey, mind if I ask you for a little favor? Of course, what's going on this time, man? Looking into some kind of antique? Sort of. Actually, it's got something to do with your hobby. You've always had a thing for vintage wines, right? I get it now. Guess it wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. We're looking for... yeah, that. It's from a brewery that closed down a while back, you know it? Hold on there, that's what you're looking for? You're kidding. You do have it? Well, it wouldn't do me any good to lie about it. Yeah, I've actually got 3 bottles. Only thing is, though, I bought them for myself. I wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Come on, man, if you got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? I didn't buy these 3 because I was planning to sell any. One was to drink, one was to keep in storage. And the last one was for spreading the good word. The good word? I'm gonna be real with you here for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for storing and proselytizing. Be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyway, if you've got one for spreading the word, then this seems like a pretty good opportunity, don't you think? Come on, share the love, buddy. What do you mean? You see, the great Langport cook-off is coming up, and Mexen wants that wine to use as for her entry. If she wins using your spare, yeah, there might be a whole new run on the stuff. That's true. If there's enough good publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you lot have convinced me. But I'm still a businessman. It's just I'm being paid appropriately for it. She already gave us the way to put it on her tab, so just charge it to her, okay? Sweet. Okay, sounds good. Give her my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz for my store, Well, that's part's out of our hands. Thanks for the bottle, though. Alrighty. Over to second word. We're gonna have to fish, aren't we? We're gonna have to fish.
Second ward has its charms too. Let's see here. What did I need to pick
Just
up
one more
next?
quick smoke. Just one more.
Yep.
We could go for some fishing.
Oh, not to be over there. Wait, how do I get over there?
Here goes.
Okay.
Oh, that's not what I was going for. How am I supposed to fish over here? I'm confused.
Let's do this.
Very well.
Oh, I had to press X.
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform.
Alright, well, in case this goes south, which it very well could. Also, not being saved for that long was probably not my best idea. Thankfully, there was no power outage or anything.
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform. Very well. There!
Alright, we have no choice. And the fish takes the bait. Exclamation mark up here. From there, press X to take the fish.
A hit!
Use L to find the best angle. Press S to the right time to reel the fish in.
Ah, a rare species.
We done did it.
Quite a good find.
I think that's what we needed. Yay, we're done! And that was the only fishing we'll do this whole playthrough. Looks like we got ourselves a big one. Not sure what Wuhan's planning to make with it, but he shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big. Suppose we should move on to the next item then. Hey, did you hear about what happened with them over at the restaurant? How about how he's gonna be competing in the cook-off after all? Feels like trouble follows that guy everywhere he goes. No kidding, I mean, all the business with the Lai family already had him in a real frenzy in the first place. Man's a real mess if you ask me, but maybe that's what makes his food so good. Alright, looks like we got everyone's missing ingredients. We heard a few interesting tidbits of info along the way too. Should probably deliver the ingredients to each of the shops and then head back to the... Okay. We even got the Lajao that she was after. We should get it back to her soon so she could take time to prep her dish. Okay, cool. I didn't have to do all that. After that, they returned and told her about everything they learned. Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't actually have to physically do that. So glad I put out the request. I feel much better about putting on the cook show now. Well, I'm glad for you. It's all part of the job. Still some time left before the event is scheduled to start, by the way. Sure, you must be tired, so you're more than welcome to rest before we begin. Not a bad idea. We'll just wait. I want this quest to be done. Alright, we'll take you up on that. Can't hurt to decompress a little bit. Almost forgot. Here's your Lojo, or Logi, however you pronounce it. That's the... yeah, that. I can't believe you managed to find some. Well, I had a few connections. I wasn't able to get it for free, though, so I hope you don't mind I asked him to send the bill your way. Not at all. This will be just what my dish needs. You hyped it up so much, I'm sure it won't disappoint. Sounds like we got plenty to look forward to, at least. Anyway, let's wait here until it's time for the event to start. Yeah, it was unfortunately. It was very unfortunate. They made me do it. I couldn't complete the quest otherwise. Looks like the participants are filing in, and are those the judges? Yeah, with Richardson on both hosting duty and participating, they had to call in some impartial third-party judges. Usually the judges are the non-participating shop owners, folks from the Chamber of Commerce, you know, stuffy people like that. So, guess it's time for the battle to begin. Yeah, there's still a bit before they get started, though. Actually, you gotta step away for a minute. I might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but you guys have a good time without me. I thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly. I was excited for us to watch together. It's no big deal, just something I wanted to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can. Well, what's wrong? It's not the first time he's gone off on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine. It's unfortunate that we were unable to hold the competition at the hotel as planned. But it is Lafu Friendium's sincere pleasure to host this year's Great Langport Cook-Off. I'm sure you all must have a lot on your minds given everything that's happened in Langport recently. Sure is taking his time. I know he said he might not make it back for the opening ceremony, but... Hey, you see that guy on the end over there? Isn't that the head chef from Toyan? Yeah, he looks kinda grouchy. Surprised they'd send him an invitation given the situation. Maybe that's what Van was looking into right now. But we can't worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started. Alright, our first contestant is Wuhan from Gua Fandam, a beloved stop in the eastern quarter for travelers and locals alike. Oh, a red crab dish, eh? That's quite an expensive ingredient for a place like Gua. Well, I thought it might be good to go all out for change. It's a fairly standard Langport style steamed crab dish. Given the quality of the ingredients, I hope you find it to your liking. This is making me hungry. He did a really good job with that red crab. Yeah, I guess old man Wuhan is capable of some pretty fancy stuff when he puts his mind to it. My, that was quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh the crab is. As excellent as the ingredients may be, I think it's lacking a little something. Only add something extra to draw out all the flavors. My dish I prepared a stew containing assorted seafood from along the eastern coastline. I call it, yeah, that. The dried goods work together to create a multifaceted soup stock with a harmonious flavor. For the soup, I'm told it's exquisite. Wait, I'm actually curious. Was there something else I was supposed to do for this? Let me see it real quick. I saw the sky open up. Airport Temple. Green markers, antiques and shop key, +1, Langport Temple, receive the herbs. I think I did that, didn't I? I think so. And it wasn't an SP +1 thing, so I think I did. Pretty sure. I don't know. I think so. Anyway, Presta, that certainly seems like a dish worthy of Hurriam. Yeah, their food draws from elements of long-lasting cuisine and other Far Eastern places. You can tell a lot of care went into making it. While I usually prefer my food Langport style, I do get in the mood for stuff like that every now and again. This is fantastic work, exactly what I'd expect of Hurriam. There's a bitterness and odor to it, not unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. The way it's blended together in terms of taste and aroma are top class. Most impressive thing is this Logan fruit. This is Jade's Dragon's Eye, isn't it? It provides excellent accent to the flavor. It's like you're next. I know a lot has happened recently, but I trust you've been doing alright since then? For the most part, yes. Today I have prepared fullness, a thick glaze. The glaze itself is made from dried shark's fin and edible bird's nest. Okay. Commend you for using such high quality seafood. I should have expected nothing less from the head chef of such a refined establishment. That's the Lai family's restaurant for ya. Rich enough to have bad taste. Seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though. This was excellent. You certainly made the most of these ingredients. I agree. It feels like a very tried and true approach. Next up we have my sister. Today's competition prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called that. Especially proud of this one. It's a chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices that helped bring out a lovely aroma. I've heard much about you. I'm impressed that you've earned the rank of at such a young age. Looking forward to seeing the skills you developed from your days back at the hotel. It's finally her turn, but Van's still not back yet. Yeah, he should have at least been here for her presentation. Especially considering she's using the we obtained for her. This is fantastic. The various fragrances combined with such a delicate taste. All while preserving the delicious flavor of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work. Certainly not all. I can tell there's something special about the wine you simmer the chicken in. Makes the bird's light flavors and colors it with spices, resulting in superb balance. Finding the right wine to produce such a near-perfect dish must have been near impossible. It was. I was confident it would all come together if I used it. That famous wine? I see. Now I understand why the taste was so familiar. Makes it all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago. Yes, I would love to see it make a resurgence someday. Great job, sis. For my first cook-off, I'll be entering my renowned Millennium Duck. The seasoning is sure to hook even the most discerning palate. So this is the dish that's been so popular lately. Let's give it a taste then. It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating. With this flavor and aroma, it's like I can't stop myself. I've never had anything like it. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. How do you prepare such a delightful concoction? Well, he's gonna win, isn't he? Say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredients. I feel completely blindsided. Must be even better than I heard. I just wonder. No way. I mean, his food was good and everything, but don't you think they're exaggerating? It sounds like the winner's been decided already. Surprised he managed to reel in all three judges. Hold on a minute. Aw, damn it. Looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are. Where have you been? The cook-off's almost over. Wait, why is Doc Longeye with you? I told you I had look into something, didn't I? It just took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with his cooking. Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me? Ain't slander. I kept some of the food we bought from you in some containers. I had Dr. Longeye examine some of it for me, and boy, that sure is one hell of a secret ingredient you got there. Indeed, one of the so-called spices we found in his Millennium Duck is... okay, whatever that is. It's my medical herbs compendium listed as a hallucinogen, one with pleasurable but addictive side effects. These days, it's considered quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come upon so much of it. You fed something that dangerous? What should we do? Are we going to be okay? Fortunately, it's not as toxic as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. It can be counteracted through treatment from most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. Fact remains that the guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food. That explains why I felt so weird when I tried it earlier. So, this was the plot to a Futurama episode? Seriously? I haven't seen that one. I've seen some Futurama. I have not seen that episode, though. You bastard, you had to go and pull something like this on top of all the other crap we've been dealing with from Yui? How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs. No, you don't even deserve to carry that title. How did he manage to supply himself with so much of such a rare herb? His prices were low too. That's right. How would I ever have gotten my hands on this stuff in the first place? If you only tested one batch, then who's to say somebody didn't plant it there just to make me look bad? True. I guess it would be pretty difficult for you to gather a stock of something so uncommon if you were working alone, that is. What if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? Somebody's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only places unaffected were your food truck and the restaurant. So, but compared to you, they don't have much of a motive. I see. Practically everyone in Langport's got their eye on the Light family right now. Something like this would be the final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, had the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs, and for finding someone to get them for you. Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose face, he had to be sure he'd win. That's why he started messing with the other restaurants. That about sum it up, Mancho? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just on to get me. I would never vandalize her and her love, and then, I mean... that's odd. I didn't say a thing about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though. Give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now. Not with this much evidence. We don't even need to get Huey involved. Care to tell us about how you procured those herbs? Looks like the jig's up. Oh man, how am I ever going to explain this to him? Advanced confrontation. Both bracers and police officers arrived on the scene to escort him away. This disqualification. The judges at the Great Langport Cook-Off took a moment to reconvene. Well, in spite of the little incident, the judges have now concluded their deliberation. Do we have a verdict on the winner? We do. The dish that shone best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening. It's gonna be her, right? Was the LIFO Venom's very own Mikshin. Really? I'm honored. Way to go. In the end, we decided it was your use of the Lijo that truly won us over. Thank you so much. I promise to keep aiming for even greater heights. It's what my father would have wanted. The episode was 30% Iron Chef. Ooh. That sounds interesting. I'll have to look it up sometime. I've been meaning to go through more Futurama at some point anyway. Who would have thought that the wine would end up being the deciding factor? I did, because we got one bonus SP from it, but you know. I guess it was worth the effort after all. The misdeeds were revealed, albeit in rather unexpected manner. The cooking competition came to a close. Participants, having learned a few new things about their cooking, headed back to their respective businesses. Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Though I feel like the only reason I won was because you were able to find me that... Yeah, that was just a... No, that was just a last little push to push you over the edge. Even without the wine, you've been getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skill's the real deal. Be that as it may, it was only because of you that he was exposed for what he really is. Yeah, and Doc Lankai said it was a good thing you stopped it when you did. Yeah, drugging people is not good. Don't drug people, guys. You caught it right before his regular customers would have started getting sick from the stuff. Said they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week. I'm just surprised you even noticed something was off. Definitely thought it was odd how strongly people were reacting to his food, but I never imagined. Yeah, that was part of it, but the thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving people with a knowledge of medicine. Remember that what Father, yeah, what the Father said? He said that when when he went to give the dish a try, they told him they were fresh out. Yet when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. He didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. Felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should look into it. Yeah, the timing on that was just a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned the drug he was using is pretty rare. So, ever figure out how he got the stuff? That's a good question. I accessed our databases, but I haven't been able to determine a possible access channel. According to the police, even he didn't know much about his collaborator's origin. So in other words, he was probably being used. Only question is, what would somebody have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogenics to the general public? You said it. The only thing I could think of is that they were using it as some sort of test. Maybe it was to see how far they could push the law while still keeping under the radar. Looks like the jig's up. Oh man, how am I ever going to explain this to him? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Anyway, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We got other business to attend to, so we'll catch you later. Of course, I'm so glad I turned to you for help. Please feel free to stop by any time.
Well done, everyone.
Well, we shut down a drug deal. Gotta say, that wasn't where I thought that was going.
Welcome to Life Ufani.
Alright, so now we could go and do the main quest stuffs. Because we've done all the side quests. It only took like 3 hours. What's a casual 3 hours between friends, you know? Well, as it turns out, it's like 3 parts of a YouTube series, so... I mean, there's that.
Welcome.
Anywho, who do we talk to? Oh. Voice acting!
Well, well. If it isn't the Spriggan and his adorable little assistants. Fancy meeting you here.
Huh? And you are?
Wait, I know that voice.
The hell are you doing here? Enforcer number 3, the golden butterfly?
Oh, please. Call me Lucrezia. Or even Retzi, if you so wish. I certainly wouldn't mind.
Huh.
You're that lady from Ouroboros. Careful, everyone. As you well know, she's one of the strongest members of the society.
Oh, there's no need to be so tense. We're all friends here, are we not? Why don't you join me for some tea? This restaurant's beverages are simply to die for.
Oh. I should have known. We've not seen you without the black veil that masks your face. It's fine, she's not McBurnstrong, we could take her. True, but like, nobody's McBurnstrong. Although we technically did, beat him, so, you know. But yeah, she's only been in Daybreak 1 as far as I know, so, there's that. But I have. She had on the exact same kimono when I ran into her in Longlai. Oh yeah, that did happen. Well, at least we had a little bit of voice acting. It's not as though I have a pressing need to hide my face. Just think it looks rather stylish, as does this kimono. I may not match the style of dress popular in Langport and Longlai, but I think it suits me rather nicely, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I hate to admit it, but yeah, I do. So, what are you doing in a public place like this anyway? Since the end of last year, we haven't heard anything about the society, not even a peep. Thought that meant you'd pulled out of the Republic, but I guess that was wishful thinking. There's no need to worry. We aren't planning anything, at least not at present. I'm actually here on my own accord. We enforcers are afforded a great deal of freedom. As long as we do not interfere with the society's overall aims, we can do whatever we please and go wherever we want. You're joking. Yeah, this has been clear for a pretty long time. I did hear enforcers had ample autonomy, but I'm having trouble comprehending how the society can... yeah, it is a bit weird. You'll get used to it. A particular perk is only extended to enforcers. The Agnes do not have that luxury. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasure trip in full. I had to take on a rather troublesome assignment. Perhaps I could request your services like we did just before the Riskian death game. You want our help again? Sorry, but the answer is no. Our interests aren't aligned this time, and frankly, I don't want to get wrapped up in your bullshit. You might not be as bad as the Oathbreaker, but that doesn't make us friends. Oh my, you don't miss words, do you? Very well then, I suppose you do seem to have your hands full, so I won't force the issue. Glad you're so understanding. Now we'll be taking our leave. I nearly forgot. There's something I wanted to show you. What do you make of this? Huh? Yeah, what is this? A pedal? Yesterday there was a minor disturbance at a high-class restaurant in Second Ward. It piqued my interest, so I took a look around and found this lying in the corner. I think it's quite pretty, but I've not seen a flower like this in the area. Perhaps it got attached to the soles of someone's shoe and fell off? Maybe so. I get that isn't exactly a request, but I'll be honest, I ain't exactly a flower expert. Didn't expect a report or anything, alright? Of course, thank you. Until we meet again, Spriggan.
My.
Well, that was weird. That was very, very weird.
Off we go.
Alright, so we were over here earlier, and I avoided it because we were waiting. But now we can do this, and hopefully it'll be voice acted. I need a break.
Have been delivered.
Yay!
The combat drill will proceed as scheduled.
Very good. This will be the first drill since we were officially deployed. I fully expect you to provide me with some excellent data.
Of course. We will try to meet your expectations, sir.
Kasim! Hello, Mirabelle. It's very nice to see you again.
What are they doing with the Navy? And is that the Basel professor?
Indeed.
Greetings, Farida. I had heard you were in the city. And it's been some time since our last encounter, Van.
Been a bit, yeah. Haven't seen you since the end of last year. I heard you went back to your hometown, like your little sis.
He always comes home for our New Year's festival. Though I didn't expect to run into you again so soon.
Nor did I. Perhaps it is the will of Arusha and the Flames.
And it's good to see you too, Mirabelle. Been a while since you and I met face to face.
Yeah, well, I call you up a lot for our Marian Garten work, so it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But I'll bet you anything Rosette was as giddy as a schoolgirl to see you again.
You keep giving me the freaking go in the garden, go in the garden. I'm on to you. Anyway.
I was quite happy, yes. Thank you for facilitating my return to Arkwright Solutions. I'm in your debt once more.
Aw, don't mention it, girl. Just treat me to a coffee as usual, and we'll be square. I'm guessing the redhead is Erin Way, and you must be the Chief's adorable little sister. Thanks a bundle for always having Rosette's back. You guys are the best.
The pleasure's all ours.
Damn. The two of you couldn't be any less alike if you tried.
Yes, we get that a lot.
We meet again, Spriggan. I'm curious as to what brings you here to Longport. I heard all about what transpired in Messeldom. You and Catra had quite the fascinating little excursion by the sound of things.
Word sure does travel fast these days.
Let's
still don't
move
trust
to a
him.
better spot. Then you can regale me with the finer details.
Oh, is that where the voice acting's gone now? Am I gonna have to start reading again? Yup! I knew it! Damn it. got it. So they're finally starting to deploy all of those fancy new armaments. Guess that explains why Marduk's here. They're helping get these assault frames field ready, right? It's been several years since the Empire's Panzer soldats were first developed. It's taken the Republic until now to make a similar weapon. That's crazy. I mean, although they weren't able to just, like, study the Divine Knights, right? So I guess that makes sense. Anyway, Marduk and Vern have started working together, with our security division taking the lead on conducting training exercises at each location. Navy's thinking about developing some with enhanced waterproofing too. Is it bad that I look at Professor and mistake him for Wiseman? I mean, I do see that too. I don't mistake him for them, but I do, like, see it, you know? And since Professor Cronkite's here, one of the developers, he can't launch a consultant. They can be used in naval combat? That's so cool. Cool isn't the word I'd use, it's freaking scary. Military is getting real strong real fast. I'd do anything to figure out what the president guy is up to. This country is arming itself to the teeth, and I don't like it. Yeah, it does seem like that he's trying to go the route the Empire did. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Anyway, the Armada's legacy matter sounds fascinating. Whether it's connected to the unfolding conflicts of the city or not, I can't be certain. However, it likely bears some relation to your risk management AI's recent assessment, don't you think? Yes, I agree. Yeah, that's the thing that Rosette's employer uses, right? Correct. It's a high-performance AI system used for crisis management, having installed on the main terminal at Marduk HQ. It collates and consolidates data on people, geography, history, and economy. And then calculates the danger levels of a targeted area or the threat levels of an entity or organization. Yep, it's basically the cornerstone of Marduk's total security company's main line of business. They could be brothers with these looks. You're not wrong. How's it going, Brian? What's puzzling is the AI assigned Langport the Red Zone label, which is code for especially dicey. And get this, the reason it gave? Unknown. Well, that's cool. First the garden hijacking, now this. Small wonder why the system admins on pins and needles. Okay, I was reading that right. I had assumed it was simply a bug in the program, but evidently Mr. Thorndyke didn't agree. And, well, who? Oh yeah, I forgot about that slime ball. Oh, that asshole. Oh, I should have been nicer. But I didn't like him. Guessing he sent you and Kesem here to find out what's going on? That's right, and as luck would have it, you happen to arrive at the same time. I wish to assess the situation from a new perspective, so I applied for a transfer to Arkwright Solutions and was immediately approved. Gotcha. Well, it works out for us having you here. But what's the reason behind the danger assessment? The only thing I could think of is... Yeah, but we saw that, although they could teleport, right? So I guess they could be in both places at once. At present, we have no intention of meddling in the affairs of the city. However, we may reassess our stance depending on the circumstances. Nothing that transpires here will impact me or my work, so I have no obligation to help you. What a jerk. That said, if you come to me with something that aligns with my interest, I will at the very least consider offering some advice. You got a stethoscope shoved up your ass, Doc. Okay, well, if we end up needing you guys' help, I'll shoot you a message. Would you mind if we kept in touch during your stay, Maribel? That's what friends do, ain't it? You send me to the garden, you ain't no friend. Give me a ring anytime. And don't slack off on your Screw you, lady. Character ranking tier list. You're going in F tier. Reason makes me go to the garden.
Oh, Kasim. Good luck with that training exercise. I'm gonna give it my all, too.
As you should. Show us all what you gained from playing the role of the priestess at the New Year's festival.
Right.
Okay.
Especially dicey is not really a technical term. I mean, sure it is.
Let's be on our way.
That's the kind of term I'd use.
Second ward has its turn.
Very, very scientific. Wait, why is the store showing up? That it has something new.
What can I get for you?
Oh, because they do have something new.
Thanks a bunch.
Oh yeah. I could really go for a hot bath. I was so tempted to drop by here yesterday after we wrapped up work. Yeah, but we don't have time, and even if we did, I doubt we'd be in the mood for it. I settled for a shower at the hotel, but it didn't get rid of the fatigue. Heck, I'm still kind of wore out. In that case, how about we make a quick stop? I believe a change of pace could do us all some good. Maids encouraging us to slack off? Damn, all Gehana must have broken loose when I wasn't looking. It is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
You're really giving off 40-year-old man vibes right now. You sure you're 25?
Can it with the old man bit for a second, will ya? Let me enjoy this. And don't forget that you're gonna be 25 in 5 or so years too. When people start calling you old, I'll be the one having the last laugh.
Nah, I'm gonna be young at heart for life. Just you wait. Even at 50, I'm gonna be cast in loads of female theater roles. My seduction act's leveled up since our long night trip, you know. See?
Oh, for the love of Adios. You're such a damn brat, you know that? Oh well. I can endure your shenanigans when I'm here. This is the epitome of relaxation. Even you seem to have loosened up a bit too. Someone harmed your family. I know for sure that you're pissed, as you should be. But you haven't gone rushing off on your own, which is exactly what the Aaron of last year would have done. That's a sure sign that you're growing up.
Yeah, this game gives equal opportunity fan service.
Don't act like you can see right through me. I've just learned that there's only so much I can do alone. I pounded that lesson into my head. I'm not relying on you, Fairy, or anyone else. I'm just not turning down hands when they're outstretched. If I'm gonna fend off the thing that's inside me, and if I want to prove that I'm different from him, I need to accept help from others. And you've been thinking the exact same thing. After all, you did just say you'll be laughing at me in 5 or so years. You're actually thinking about the future. That's a sure sign you're growing up.
Way to throw my words back in my face. You're right, though. In that way, we're in the same boat. We really ought to pull ourselves together, don't you think?
Hey! Hands off the hair!
We love equal opportunity. Indeed. Speaking of which.
This is a nice treat. It's not often that you and I get to share a bath together.
I suppose you aren't wrong. Although, I have accompanied you a number of times at one of the public baths in the capital. By the way, I noticed you've grown a little since our stay in Longlai.
You think so? I can't really tell myself.
Well, you're almost 14 now, so I would expect a growth spurt or two in the coming years. Bear in mind, though, that even with an organic body, you will not grow much once you've reached adulthood.
Is that really how it works? Huh. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for by then.
Is something on your mind?
Oh, it's nothing. Just spaced out for a sec. Hey, Reset? I need your advice on something. How can I, become like you and Agnes? What do I have to do?
It seems she is coming into her womanhood.
Alright,
I don't know
think
that's
I'm
what
ready
that
to hop
means.
into the sauna. Time for my revenge. You're not beating me this time.
Can we not? I'm so sick of these dumbass endurance contests. I've told you, saunas are a sacred...
Aw, don't tell me you're leaving already.
Wait, what is she doing here?
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Oh, you know, I heard you guys were in here and thought it'd be fun to hang. So here I am. What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Are you telling me I could have had her in the party this whole time?
Oh, so mixed baths aren't a thing here? That's weird. Oh well, at least it was only Van and Aaron, so it's no biggie.
Oh, by voice acting. The hell's that supposed to mean? Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to mean either. I heard mixed baths were a custom of the Far East. Oh yeah, where exactly is she from? That's a good question. Maybe a woman we've never met before sharing a bath? That's the kind of thing never happened in the Central East. Yeah, she is me. Glad you found someone you relate with. And yeah, you were missing the plot. Didn't the person at the front desk try to stop you? Oh, I was in stealth mode. I totally forgot to turn off my camouflage when I came into town. How does one forget to do that? I have no words. Anywho, the almond ice cream is amazing. It's just the thing I needed after that hot bath. I took your recommendation. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Don't you just love that almond jelly flavor and that exquisite velvety sensation in your mouth? So is she a party member now? Because I could have had her this whole time and that would have been nice. It's the quintessential dessert of the Eastern Quarter. If you don't get a taste of this every chance you get, then what are you even living for? She's traveling west, But I know she's from the East, but from where? Like, what country? There he goes again. You done with your dumb sweets rant? Great, now let's talk about shit that's actually important. Hey, they're important to me. Now then, we have a few questions for you. Yeah, chief among them being, what brings Ikuruga's second-in-command to Langport? And you're not in your usual combat attire. What's with the wardrobe change? Oh, this? I spotted it in one of the shops and thought, ooh, I have to have that. Oh, I know people like that. Though I really don't know much about Western style clothing or fashion. Does it look weird on me? Nah, I think it suits you. Well, I guess it's true that you don't stick out as much in this compared to that battle suit. But that's neither here nor there. Why are you so tense? I'm not here to fight, I swear. This meeting is a total coincidence. Things have died down with my main gig, so I thought I'd take some time off. I'm here on vacation. Well, aside from me picking up the occasional odd job here and there, girl needs her spending money. Look at you, going through life without a single care in the world. That odd job bit is suspicious enough on its own, but I can't help but wonder what the main gig could be. Does that mean that whatever they were up to in Longlight is finished? Who knows? I don't know. Someone didn't play Reverie, huh? Wait, what? There are some things in life you're better off not asking about. Fair enough. Hey, did you just read my mind again? Stop that. You are truly an enigmatic figure. Anyway, I just came to this town on a whim. It's a good thing I did too. Things are getting pretty interesting around here. Word is that there's been some faction disputes within Huey. This whole place is like a powder keg set to blow. Your concept of interesting is pretty screwed up. You realize that, right? What? You get your sick kicks from watching people suffer? Well, when you put it like that, it makes me sound pretty heartless, huh? Honestly, I'm mostly just interested in that foremost fighter person. Him. Wish we knew what kind of plot that bastard's cooking up. Not to change the subject, but do you mind if I ask you something? You know, any good sightseeing spots here, or maybe some fun activities? Well, that was random. Thanks to everything going on behind the scenes, most of the tourist attractions are closed. I really wanted to do the eroded cave tour, but no dice. Oh yeah, we did that last year as part of Ashton's request. That we did. That attraction's run by Huey. Now that I think about it, I don't think anything they've done any tours since the beginning of the year. Is it possible they closed for the winter season? No, they're supposed to be running them year-round. Anyway, we didn't come here to be your personal tour guide. I mean, I don't mind. If you want one, go ask somewhere else. Wow, so cold. You got a block of ice for a heart or something? Hope I get a bit back to work. Got another one of those odd jobs to do. Good luck with whatever you're up to. Though I have a feeling we'll be bumping into each other again real soon. Okay, well that happened. That crazy lady's taking a real shine to us, huh? Yeah, she'd be so much less of a hassle to deal with if she was just some battle-crazy idiot. And here I thought this would be a good chance to relax and unwind, but now I feel even more exhausted than before. Same. I wonder what her odd jobs entail exactly. Who knows? No use racking your brains over it. Alright, I think we've learned all we can just from... Yeah, I think we've learned all we can. Mostly because this has been like an hour and a half, but you know. There are a lot of powerful people here, yeah. That's putting it mildly. There's also the Divine Blade of Silver and the Golden Butterfly, both of whom are maximum level threats. Yeah, it's starting to make sense why they got that reading, isn't it? There must be some reason for them coming here now of all times. Perhaps it's related to the assessment provided by the risk management AI. Didn't they say Langport is a red zone? That's a little worrying, isn't it? But what's more worrying is that we aren't really any closer to finding the people who framed Fan and poisoned Gian. Not necessarily. What do you mean, not necessarily? Flower Petal's a clue for starters. She said she picked it up at that high-class restaurant over in 2nd Ward. Oh yeah, forgot about that. That looked familiar. We picked some flowers with this kind of petal during our last trip to Laneport, right? Did we? Oh, I forgot about that. Yep, and those flowers were spring lilies. They're used at mass and during funerals. Pretty different situation. It's a rare plant that can only be found offshore at the eroded cave. Oh yeah, we went there on our last trip. This petal's still fresh, must have fallen off fairly recently. The only people who would have been at the restaurant in the last couple of days would have been the remnants of the Live family and the Lou family members charged with handling the aftermath. We assume the petal stuck to either the clothes or the shoes of one of Huey's members. Then that begs the question, why are they coming and going from the cave in the first place? Somehow, I can't picture Fan and Gian strolling the road cave picking flowers, even forgetting the fact they're out of action. Okay, I think we know our next move. Yeah, we gotta rent a boat in the 1st Ward and head to the cave. There's no time like the present. Let's go. Indeed, but we also come thinking that... Did that count? It did not. So, we need to do this real quick.
Welcome to...
Gotta do it every chapter.
All right, back in business, baby.
So we get our boost.
Stay warm out there.
There's no theater to go to, so we can't get that, but... So yeah, we're making our way through this. She's apparently back, and Shizuna's probably gonna factor into the story somehow. Although we're gonna have to figure out and find out how that exactly is.
Oh,